Hello my creative friend, Olga Sabi here and welcome to a new art tutorial. This project is going to be very interesting for me because today I'm working with the yin-yang symbol. And in general, this combination of opposites, the yin and yang, have been present in my art in so many different paintings. I feel very attracted to it, but this one is going to be very special because this is pretty freaking epic. Stay! So drippy, yummy. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm actually gonna recreate this symbol, this shape, right, the yin and yang, and I have created texture here. So this part is elevated, so is this line in the center. I also have created textured circles, and I will share my idea about them just in a moment. So I have added this tape in the center to really separate, to create sharp border between my colors on this side and this side. I have been experimenting and having a lot of fun with this separation using texture and tape. Let's see how this one is gonna work out. And with that said, let's get straight to the process. Let's go. Harmony and balance. Secret messages today, and since it's such a dual painting, I decided that I have to have two messages, but I kind of want them to resonate because I think this painting is not about opposition, but about unity and balance and harmony. So this is the theme, and I think I'm gonna work on one side at a time. So traditionally, yin and yang, of course, it's black and white, but I don't want to recreate it just one-to-one. I want to capture the essence of this symbol. So I also want to use colors that are cold and hot. I want to capture the expansion versus contraction. So all these meanings that stand behind yin and yang, I want to recreate. I'm gonna do my best to recreate them in this painting. So I think I'm gonna start with yang. My color palette is very minimal today, which surprises myself, but I thought we'll see how that works. So first color I'm adding, oh, you guys wouldn't be able to see it very well because of the tape. This was yellow, and it's cadmium yellow with a little bit of extra magenta. Okay, and I want to have some just yellow color here. So I only have tape in the center here because when I'm gonna be blowing out this way, I really don't mind my colors going out that way, to outside of my texture, because I kind of have a plan what I want to do with them after. But of course, we'll see how that works out. So that was yellow. It was azo yellow. I think I want to drizzle some more orange inside. And lots of white. So this section should have a lot of white color. But see, I'm not really doing any specific layering. I kind of want to have it, I want those colors to dance and blend and overmix when I'm going to be doing the blowout. So that's done. Now let's work on our yang section. So this one here is a mix of phthalo blue and a little bit of turquoise. The next color is mix of ultramarine violet and blue violet. Lots of mixes today. And I'm adding them in a way so that when I'm gonna do the blowout, these colors are gonna overmix and give me a lot of shades in. Oh, I almost added white, my gosh. Oh. Wow. Okay, so we added black on this one. Of course, this is gonna be a dark side. And I also want to have my black on the perimeter outside of the yin and yang. This is gonna be quite a multi-step painting. I'm not gonna be done just with pouring part. I'm gonna work on these parts inside separately once the pour is dry. So you make sure to watch till the end to see the very final look of it. And I'm working on cradle wood panel, but I decided that I want to have my sides not taped but primed as well. I should have pre-painted them with black, but honestly I forgot. But it's always a good practice to pre-paint your sides. So this base part is done, and my idea here is I'm gonna be doing the blowout is to push the paint outside of this ring. Might look strange at first, but you'll see where I'm going with it. And again, I think I'm gonna start with the yan section. Let's go! Look at this section right here. Oh, it's beautiful. So drippy, yummy. No. Push the tape. No, don't fall. I think I have to cut it off because it's wet, it got heavy, and now it's gonna just fall. Oh. Damn it. Well, honestly, the good thing it fall before the blowout, because if it did after, it will literally break the design. Stay! Oh no, come on! I think, oh, okay. Okay, obviously I will have to work on this part when it's gonna be dry. And really touch it up. Okay, I think I need to hold it. This one does not want to cooperate with me. So, on the bright side, the blowout and the way it sinks in the base is mind-blowing, is stunning. I really, really love it. But I have messed up with this tape big time. And my plan was to remove it once all the colors are like fully dry. But obviously this is not gonna happen. Okay. It's really cool though, otherwise like, but I tried so hard to make this part really beautiful and sharp. I definitely need to find a better way. Okay, so I have managed to retain most of that shape, and the challenge is because the texture that I have created, it's not very tall, so when there is a thick layer of paint, it kind of hides it, so you can't really see it, but you can feel it when I went over with my finger. So I went over the texture and I retained most of the design. So right now this line goes pretty much on top of the texture, as according to the plan, that was what tape was supposed to do. But of course there are some parts here and there that, you know, I got a little bit of blue here and got a little bit of orange here. Maybe it's not a bad thing, but I will definitely still want to make this line quite more sharp. I will not be able to do it right away because with fluid acrylics, sharp lines don't work out so well unless you're using a tape and it doesn't peel off in the middle of the process. But you know what? It's so funny this happened because otherwise, I mean, look at that. This is pretty freaking epic. Like, I love how all this styles and lacing on my black and how these sections worked out. But because this painting comes with some challenges, maybe it's a sign for me that I need to work on my harmony and balance and pay attention to that, you know? I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. So when something like this happens, I often like to see it as a sign, because paintings are extension of ourselves and what we are going through, our life experiences, emotions. I love the energy here. Yeah, that's better. Well, this right here looks kind of too empty. Okay, I think the fluid part is done. Although it presented itself through some challenges, but I'm excited to move on to the next stage. Once this is going to be fully dry, we're going to work on making this line, cleaning it up, making it more sharp and crisp, and going to work on these circles. So see you in a second. The painting is dry, and the first thing that I want to do is to work on the outside of my yin-yang ring. So I want to darken and shade down the colors that are outside of this circular texture. Now, I don't want to cover up those colors fully. I want them to look sort of like splashes of colors or the rays of energy that come out from the yin-yang symbol, but of course I don't want them to be as bright and as vivid as they are right now. And for this shading, I'm using ink, so the black ink and water, to create this sort of semi-transparent effect. The black is drying and I will probably do more layers of that. But for now, I want to work on correcting the main part, the main symbol, and the line that did not work out with my tape. So first of all, I'm working on this border between the yin and yang, this curvy line. I want to make it sharp and crisp and really enhance the texture that I have in between, and I think it will look just so much better this way. And after that, I also want to work on the yang section. So I made it on black because I wanted it to be darker. It's the night, right? It's yin, but I think it turned out to be too transparent. So I want to sharpen and enhance the outline of this part, of this half, as well as fill in a few sections inside, especially where I have a lot of black. So it still looks watery, but not so dark. Of course, I want to maintain the energy on both sections. So fire and water, hot and cold, opaque and transparent, and so on. So I keep working with the opposites. And by the way, I work with the same exact colors that I used for the pour itself. I always do that when I correct or touch up my paintings. The key here is to make sure that the first layer is fully dry before you paint or add anything on top. Once I'm happy with how my yin-yang colors and shape look, time to work on the texture part, and this one is going to be interesting. A little bit of backstory. I used modeling paste and stencil to create textured rings and design inside of yin part and the yang part, because you know there is a little bit of yin inside of yang and vice versa. And the design in one of them is outside of the circle, so it looks a bit more like mandala, which represents a more active and expanding energy of Yang. And the other one is only inside of the circle. It's more passive energy of Yin. Again, I tried to maintain the character of both sides, and now I'm filling in those circles with the opposite colors. Again, I'm using my fluid acrylics, the same exact colors that I used for the blowout part. Tell me, can you see how it starts coming together now? Okay, the next part, and yes, I know this painting process is very complex and multi-step, and I love it. So for the next step, I want to add some silver and gold, again as metallic colors that represent sun and moon and the duality of this symbol. And if you want to learn more about the product that I'm using, this gold or silver leaf, and how to use it in the best way possible, I have created a guide dedicated just to that. It's called Golden Touch, and you can download it on my website, sobeartacademy.com, for free. I will include the link in the description. Make sure to check it out. Now I'm adding more black on the outside of the ring, and I end up doing multiple layers of that with acrylic paint and also with spray to give it a bit more gradient appearance. And my goal here is to make it more solid black right next to the texture, right next to the symbol outline, but keep it more transparent and really keep the splashes of colors closer to the edge of my panel. You will see what I mean just in a second. Back to my gold leaf and silver leaf. So I really loved how all these gold and silver details worked out, and I decided to add more inside of each symbol. I love the shine and how it really helps to outline certain elements of the flow and really create beautiful highlights. And also the silver really helps to brighten up the yin side of this painting. Final step before the varnish. I am touching up the sides to make sure that there is no white spots left anywhere. Just using the brush and the thick paint and going all around my panel. And voila, here is the very final piece. Oh boy. This was an interesting and quite a long project. I'm gonna tell you that it took me over 2 months altogether to complete it. Of course, I had some breaks in between, yet still, it took a lot and it was absolutely worth the time. So many details, so much going on. And if you ever create a painting and it doesn't work out right away, don't get discouraged. Continue working on it even when it's dry. This is such a satisfying process to make things work and to really overcome some of these obstacles. It really helps to elevate your skills and better connect with your art. So I used matte varnish everywhere on the outline and the glossy varnish inside of this symbol to help it really stand out and shine. Of course, this symbol is very dual and contrasty, yet I love how united it turned out to be while maintaining the unique character of each side. And look at these sparks where the light bounces off the gold and silver leaf. It looks so cool. I love using this in my art. And I'm also very happy with how these little textured circles turned out. Well, tell me, what do you think about my outcome and of course about the process? Was it interesting for you to hear out my thoughts not only on the technical part but also what goes behind the story of the piece and my idea? I would love to hear from you, I would love to hear your thoughts, and I will chat with you in the comments below this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, create with passion, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!